morning. We're at LS Fest East, day one, starting out at NCM with the Hooker Group. We were one of the first cars out on the track, and it was a little slick as it always is here in the early morning. And I have never driven this car on street tires in the current configuration, so it was a little bit sketchy, but I feel like we did pretty good. Had a good time, ran like a 39.2. The later cars got a little bit cleaner track. It kind of passed us, but that's expected. So I'm excited to get out there and do another run. Sitting in the staging lanes at LS Fest for the Grand Champion drag competition. I've always wanted to run a 9 here, and I've never been able to get it. I've been able to get to a 10.06, and that's it. So maybe today will be the day. Let's hope.
How much boost are you running?
All of it goes to 9. It's on 9. Well, the first run didn't go to plan. It blew the tires off in first, then shook them in second and third really hard, and it was just all over the place. Finally hooked up in fourth and ran like an 11.0 or something at like 138. So really sad. Pass kind of sucked, but I took a bunch of power out of it in the lower gears, and I'm going to try to leave really soft and see if I can make it go anywhere. And I don't think we're going to be able to have enough grip out there to run a number that we're going to really like, which kind of makes me sad, but you know, maybe there's a low 10 out there.
We overpowered the track big time, so it spun like crazy in first, shook hard second, third, didn't really put much power down until fourth gear. So we're cooling off the intercooler. We're going to see what we can do.
Well, we're going to get our second and last run. I'm going to try to leave like I would leave at a normal autocross. Figure that way I hopefully won't spin the shit out of the tires. So, see what we got. Here we go.
Shook the tires violently, man, and then it just quit pulling about fourth gear, so we're gonna find out.
knock the tires off so bad in second gear, and then it wouldn't shift third. So it's like
A little bit over.
I was screwed. I'm like very irritated right now because I feel like it launched pretty good, and then
Taking power out of it.
Was it on like
I
the
hit
2-3 shift that it just cut out? Or just it wouldn't
at the end
shift?
of second, it wouldn't shift, so then it like just went into
Lit mode?
limp mode.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, there you go.
Yeah. We didn't know if you broke an axle or something, or like it broke, because it looked like it just cut out right after the 2-3 shift.
Well, it didn't even go to third.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go third. It like went into limp mode. I got to grab the laptop and see what it did, but it was all bad. Mega frustrating. Because I know what's going on. I didn't know what you were meaning. I was like, bad run, but I should have been like, no, the car's fine.
You were like bad run, but then you pointed the trailer, and I was like, okay, at least it's under its own power.
No, the car is fine, I believe. It just, you know, with the way it runs up EGTs, there's no sense running the EGTs up for nothing.
Right.
So
I agree.
it was, it felt like it left okay though.
It left well. It just instantly chattered and just shook bad. Like I was like that.
Well, and I tried to short shift third and it just wouldn't take it. And then when it wouldn't take it, all hell broke loose and it went into limp mode. So, oh well.
And last but not least, in our Grand Champion Vintage class. I don't know if I keep taking these on and off. My eyes got better in 2 seconds. In the Grand Champion Vintage class with a total score of 294 points, car number 57, the 69 Chevy Camaro of Mike Dussault.
It's a 67.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Get your picture taken there.
Picture man.
Yeah, that's what they say here. Get your picture made.
Don't break it.
Yeah, watch the ceiling. You're a tall guy. So Mike, we had a chance to work that you've done to that car, but you've done so many different things with that car. And you actually came here and said it was kind of cool having it back doing these kind of things again.
Yeah, it's always been where we came from and where we started, and this is one of my favorite events in the world. Pikes Peak is great, it's cool to race against pro race teams, but it's super fun to hang out with all of our friends and, you know, chill out in the pits and then do the autocross and everything, and I was so glad that the car didn't suck. I was worried that the Pikes Peak setup was going to be really, really bad. So, but we've got a great pit crew. Everybody knows, you know, Patty and Rosie and Joey and Lee and Pam and all of our awesome sponsors. It's super helpful, and we had a great weekend. So I'm super excited that we were able to come out and get a win.
My 2022, which will be LS Fest 13 next year on this same weekend, right after Labor Day. So I hope to see you all back. Thank you all very much for your participation this weekend on behalf of Holly, FM3, and Pro Media. We really appreciate you being here. For those of you that want checks, be sure to come up and see Carrie. Fill out
came without too much and still, you know, because everybody, all cheater time. Well, yeah, it was equal fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of.
Video.
Even more lame.